speaking about. In the meantime, Diatreme Resources, well, it's a smaller diversified Australian mineral explorer with most of its operations in heavy mineral sands, copper, base metals and gold. It's recently completed a scoping study at one of its sites, and to tell us more we are joined live in Brisbane by the company's executive chairman, Tony Fawdon. Tony, appreciate your time. First of all, since you know Diatreme is such a smaller company, let's start from the basics and maybe if you can tell us what you guys do exactly from your own words.
Well, thank you very much, Richard, for having us on board. We started exploration in that particular area 3 years ago. We've now got to the point where we've got a scoping study in the zircon-rich Eucla Basin, and the scoping study is looking to be very, very positive indeed. We're very happy with the way it's gone.
What kind of details can you give us so far about that scoping study?
Right, what we're looking at the moment, a 90 million tonne deposit, and we believe that's going to get a lot bigger, but our work has been done on 90 million tonnes. We're looking at mining 9 million tonnes a year. We'll be putting out 285,000 tonnes of product, of which half of that is going to be high value material of zircon and rutile. Zircon at the moment is about $850 to $900 US a tonne. And we'll be making a profit before tax of about $50 million a year for the next 10 years.
So in terms of size of what this could potentially be, how does it compare with other sites, I guess, around Australia and the rest of the world?
At the moment, this stands as being a world-class deposit in the size of it, and mainly to do with the high-value products. Zircon is going to be in short supply by the time we come on stream, and which is going to be about 2014, and the position will be that the price then will be somewhere between $1,000 to $1,500 US a tonne. Now, the expansion of China with another 400 million people going into urbanisation and the industrialisation is going to put big demands on zircon. So this is going to become a glamour metal in the next few years.
Okay, the Eucla Basin, which is where these sites are based, I guess, what makes it so different to the rest of the world, if it does?
Well, it's one of the biggest basins in the world. It's been virtually unexplored. The first discoveries were made in 2004 by Eucla at Jacinth and Ambrosia. I believe that's somewhere now in the region of in excess of 250 million tonnes, and they've been exploring that for nearly 6 years, and now it's come on stream. We hope to be the second mine to come on stream in the region, and just to step back slightly, the whole basin is about 2,000 kilometres in extent. It sits above the Nullarbor Plain, and we have the access to the south of the trans line, which is looking very good. In terms of our own deposit, this is only the beginning. 90 million tonnes, 10 years. These things tend to go on for maybe 20 or 30 or more years, as what happened at Eneabba.
Okay. In terms of this mine to come to fruition eventually, it needs to be funded, obviously. How are you guys looking to fund it? And we've seen so many companies right now forming joint venture partnerships, whether it be with other Australian companies, but even more so with the Asian nations like China. Is that something that you guys are looking at doing?
Oh, absolutely. Our biggest shareholders are Chinese and Japanese. Some of them are producers of heavy mineral sands and treat and process them and sell them with offtake. Obviously, we're going back to our own shareholders and to other parties talking to us from offshore to form consortiums to fund this and take it through to production.
Okay, so this deposit, the Cyclone Deposit, is this really your only main project for now, or have you got any other side projects on the table?
We have lots of other projects, especially in heavy mineral sands within the region. We have over about 40,000 square kilometres in the area. In the Eucla Basin, and over 1,000 kilometres of strand systems that we've only explored about a third of that. So we've got to go on with. We're about to start exploration on the South Australian side, about 100 kilometres to the northwest of Jacinth, where we've just found a new strand system going 8% heavy minerals. In terms of other projects, we're about to start drilling at the end of April a major porphyry copper system which we've located at Claremont in central Queensland, and we'll be drilling about 5 deep holes down to the depth of about 1 kilometre, looking for a Chilean type copper system. So yes, we've got a few things on the boil.
Okay, final thing, you mentioned it really briefly there in terms of the outlook and demand for zircon, especially you know, short, medium, long term. What's it like?
There's been a slight downturn with the zircon prices, but it's starting to climb up again. They went down to about 750, coming through back up to 900 again. We're seeing that the production around the world is about 1.3 million tonnes, and certainly going to 220. There's going to be a shortfall in that time. Up in 5 or 6 years away, there'll be starting to get a shortfall of 350,000 tonnes a year per annum. So the best place in the world to look for zircon, without any doubt, is the Eucla Basin. This is a zircon-rich basin as opposed to an ilmenite titanium-rich basin, which the rest of the world is. So we're placed, Diatreme is placed in a very good position in probably the best zircon basin in the world, in what is going to be a shortage of zircon going forward. And we will come on stream at a point where the zircon prices are starting to increase in price.
Okay, I appreciate that. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck with it, Tony Fawdon.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard.